Hello lovely dancers, my name is Aisha and welcome back to belly dance tutorials. In this class I'm gonna go over some basic posing for dancers. I had the same problem when I started belly dance, and I see that a lot in upcoming dancers. When they try to pose at the end of a show, for instance, after a gig or after a stage show with other dancers, they don't know exactly how to pose. They don't know how to keep their feet or hands or head, whatever. So, and it's a normal problem to have because nobody told you how to pose after a show. And I want to go over some basics, some of the basic elements and principles of posing for dancers. And this video is basically about how to pose after a show or with your clients after a gig. So it's not about professional posing or how to pose for your portfolio. So if you are a dancer that is serious about it and want to go professional, you should definitely have professional picture taken and with very well thought posing moments and costumes and so on. But that's a different story. I'm not talking about that. But I want to talk about how to pose after a show with other dancers. Yeah, if you are in the show with other dancers or by yourself, because I see a lot of time that people just don't know how to pose, and it's not the best they can do, right? So let's go over that a little bit. First of all, before you pose, make sure that your costume is in order. If you had a gig and you dance for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, fix your makeup a little bit. Yeah, you don't want to have your makeup running down your cheek and things like that. So take a moment or two just to fix quickly your makeup, your hair. You don't want the hair to be in all positions. Your pendant be like on the shoulder and stuff. So make sure that you quickly put everything back in place, and then your skirt is not lifting and nothing gets missing, maybe make sure that your hip scarf is still there. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing, as a general principle, you want to have your weight on one leg, right? And usually it's the back leg. So first of all, start with a slightly rotated position. So your body, your feet actually, are facing the corner of the room. Yeah, slightly rotated position. Now, your pelvis kind of stays in the same place, but you rotate the upper body toward the camera a little bit. In general, you don't want to be square to front, right? So your hips are facing the corner and your upper body is a little diagonal. So it's in between front and corner, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is looking at the legs. You want to create lines. So in general, in belly dancing, whether you dance or you pose, you want to create curves and lines. You don't want to have broken lines. So that applies to your feet. So your feet are gonna be mostly facing forward. So the back leg is facing the corner. The front leg is mostly facing forward. And you want to have this leg on your toes or on the balls of the feet is okay, yeah. But the heel is hidden, so you don't want that. Oh, please, please don't do that. Yeah, this is here's how many broken lines I have. It's distracting and it's not creating a long figure for you. So now, again, the leg is rotated out a little bit, although they are pressed in. So please don't do that either. Yeah, not good. So you have a slight turnout of the legs, but still your hips are coming together in the midline. Yeah, so don't let your leg go out like that. They are, your knee is toward the midline. Now, as I said, make sure that your heel is not out like that, so it's hidden. You have a long line here. Actually, your line starts here all the way down. You can be here in the, as I said, balls of the feet, but even better if you are a little pointy, but not like that. So this is ballerina pose. We are a little bit flared out. So your point of contact is the side of the big toe. So point of contact with the floor, side of the big toe. Make sure that your leg is not too pulled back, because whatever is closer to the camera is going to look bigger, right? So if my knee is close to the camera, but the rest of my body is far back, this part is going to look much bigger than it is. So your lower leg actually continues the knee line, yeah, continues the knee line. So you have a little flared out of the foot, knees are slightly in. This part is kind of facing a little bit of center. Back leg is facing corner. All right, so I'm creating a nice line of my feet. You want to create curves too. So this hip can be a little higher. It depends on your body type, so you have to look in the mirror and see how it looks on you. So I'm also elongating my leg, and my hip is a little higher, creating a curve here. My chest is up, yeah, and lifted. Shoulders, very important. Make sure they are back and down, right? Belly is tuck in, yeah. So make sure you are not there, yeah. Tuck in your belly. And hands can be here on the hips, right? It's a very classic showgirl. This is a showgirl pose, yeah? Your head can be, you have to look to see how your head position is best for you. It can be like straight forward, can be a little turned to the side, can be a little tilted, yeah? Sometimes it's nice to lean forward a little bit from the waist, yeah, so make sure that you're not caving in your shoulders here. From the waist, just a little bit leaning forward and creating a little bit more curves here. Yeah, so very nice posing moment here. So this is the classical one, the easiest one, showgirls. And only fixing the leg will fix a lot of things in your posing. Now with the hands, what to do? You can just, this is the simplest way, and it's nice, yeah, on the hips. If your customer, if you have a client there and you want to pose with your client, it's a tall person, you can add height to your body by lifting the hands here. So you can have this posing, very classical belly dance pose, yeah. Hands can be this way or this way. You can have one hand up, one hand down. Yeah. You can lift the hair if you want. Right. So, and that's about it. You don't even need anything else than this. So let's see. If you want a variation of this pose, you can have an outward position of the leg. So sometimes you have another dancer and you want to pose as a duet, for instance, and you want like a frontal posing moment. Now the weight is on one leg, as I said before, always is on one leg, and it's going to be this leg in this case. The other leg is extended out sideways. Same principle. Please don't do that. Oh, I'm going to do the other way actually, so you can see better. Yeah. Please don't do that. Yeah. I have a broken line there. It's just ruining my my figure. So I want to touch the floor with the inside part of the big toe as before. I want to point my toes, so I want a long, really long leg showing. All right. This hip, I'm gonna push it to the side. I'm creating a little bit more curve here. Yeah. And then you can either look at each other if you have another dancer there, or look to front, or even turn a little bit more. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter what you do with the upper body. Make sure that your shoulders are back and down, your belly sucked in, chest up. Hands can be here, 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 yeah. So another posing moment for you. Same ideas. As I said, long leg, straight your leg, point your toes, especially make your ankle long and straight, yeah, a continuation of the knee line, right? I don't want the ankle to be this, I don't want this to happen, it's too much, but definitely not this. So I'm looking for a straight line here. And in time, as you pose, you'll be able to fix your lines even if you don't have a mirror. All right? Now another option, especially if you have a tall client and you want to gain some height, or you want your body to look a little bit slimmer and longer, you can come up on toes. Yeah. So you can be like here, make sure that you can hold your balance here, right? Or even here, right? So that's another option for you. I hope you understood the principles, and you can just play around with that. You can create your own poses. It depends a lot on your body type, your costuming, and see what looks best on you. You want your poses to be flattering, because people will keep those poses. If you have a gig and you have a customer, they'll probably share to all their friends and they will have them forever. So you want to present the best of you that you can. One more thing that I wanted to add is your shoes or your footwear. One of my pet peeves is when dancers have like practice shoes, ballet slippers, and they pose with the ballet slippers or practice shoes. I don't think that's professional enough. Even if you dance with them, which I understand, sometimes the floor is not very forgiving and you want to have some cushion. But when you pose later on, just be barefoot or wear dance shoes, like professional ballroom dance shoes, not ballet slippers or practice shoes, right? So it's better to be just barefoot if you don't have anything else, because yeah, your shoes will show. And you know, no matter how pretty, how expensive your costume looks and how beautiful you are, it'll just be out of place. All right, so be mindful of that, in my opinion. Of course, you do whatever you want, but that's my opinion, that's what I'm seeing. So yeah, make sure that you have professional shoes, or barefoot is perfectly fine. Let's see other things. Yeah, if you cannot take off your practice shoes, try to cover them. All right. So try to find positions where your shoes are actually not showing that much, right? So same positions on the other side. I don't have a slit on this side, so it's gonna look a little bit, you know, a little bit better. In the worst case scenario, you can ask the photographer to crop your picture from here up, so you know, the shoes will not be in the picture. Never crop your pictures right here at the ankle. It just creates an awkward proportion. So yeah, do like 3/4 body or half body if you want to, you know, to not show your footwear. Okay, so these are general principles. I'm very lucky that my husband is also a photographer and videographer, so I went through all this over the years by myself for my own professional pictures that he took. We took pictures of other dancers. So I gained this experience and knowledge from, from doing it and from what I see in other places. So I hope you liked my little lecture for today, and I hope you'll be better. You'll look better in your pictures when you pose. About professional pictures, that's a topic for another time. It's way more complex than this. Maybe I'll touch that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And if you liked my video, give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time with more videos. Shimmy, shimmy.